Breaking news, boys and girls. Ilia Topuria has been exposed for being a guy who likes other guys. He's been in the club. He's been dancing sussly. Justin Gaethje hit this man so hard that he switched teams. He switched up on us, boys. He's gone to the dark side. I mean, the other side. What's going on with Ilia Topuria? I'm going to be breaking it down in this video. What's he doing, man? He's been up there sussly dancing with this footballer, and people are saying he's gay. What's going on with the UFC? We got Dan Hooker, we got John Jones, and now my goat, Ilia Topuria? What is going on here? Listen, we can sit here and we can make these jokes all day. He ain't gay, bro. He's just European, all right? He's just European. I see people making this into a bigger deal than it actually is. You know, and fair enough, it's a little bit funny, but this guy who he's dancing with allegedly has a wife and kids. There have been some sus rumors about this Henan, this soccer player, this football player that he was dancing with. They were just celebrating, you know, and he points to the crowd and says, hey man, look how far we made it. You know, this is us, we did it. Baby, we done it, we're rich, baby, break out the red panties. Maybe he did say that. I really just don't think it's that deep, you know. I could make a 10-minute video breaking this down, dragging it out to try and get some vestige of a fan base of hating on him because he's dancing with another dude. But, you know, at the end of the day, he was just having fun with his mate and they were being a little bit sus, you know how it is. But we all like that around some guys we know, you know what I mean? Like, we're all a little bit sus every now and again. And I think the way things have gone recently in the world, it's kind of made things a little bit more difficult to show affection to a person of the same sex without getting called a gay homosexual chap. You know, which there's nothing wrong with, by the way. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, might I just add. But I don't think Ilia Topuria is gay. This guy had a wife. This guy has had multiple relationships. He's dancing in a club with a European guy who's a little bit zesty, on the zest side. The zest maxing is true. It is prevalent and it is there. But I really just don't think he's gay. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Ilia Topuria, he's got like 3 kids, you know what I mean? He's got 3 kids. Maybe he's hiding. Maybe the Justin Gaethje fight did some brain damage and it's finally taught him what really matters in the world. But Ilia Topuria, I'm just going to debunk it here. I'm just going to debunk it here from some random bloke on the internet. Me. I don't think he's gay. I don't think he's gay. It's just a little bit sus, and I see people freaking out about it. You guys need to fucking get a life, you know what I mean? MMA fans can be kind of bums when it comes to stuff like this. Oh, look what he did, bro. Look what he did, bro. But it's all just a hoax. Ilia Topuria just having a bit of fun with his mate in a club. That's my opinion. What the real point of this video is breaking down what is next for Ilia Topuria. I think he's going to come back and I think he's going to fight Paddy the Baddy. We've seen those guys have some beef. We've seen them, you know, little hand sanitizer boy. And you already know Paddy Pimblett's going to bring up the quitting on the stool and him potentially being gay, dancing in this nightclub with this random soccer player. You know that press conference is going to be absolutely generational. And that's why we need this fight. We need this fucking fight between him and Paddy Pimblett. I think he chins Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett is an overrated fighter. Very good grappler. Very good grappler. But he can't get a takedown on Ilia. And he's not going to knock out Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria, after that Justin Gaethje rematch, he's not gonna underestimate an opponent ever again. I think he's gonna go in there to his training camp absolutely locked in. You know, I know it's not looking great right now. He's geeked out in a nightclub with some dude, but he's allowed a night off. I think truthfully, he's gonna come back and he's gonna be fucking hungry, hungrier than ever. He seems to be taking this fight well, this loss well rather. And I think he's going to go out there and he's going to be motivated. There's going to be some venom in him to beat the crap out of Paddy Pimblett after Paddy Pimblett goes ahead and talks a bunch of shit about him. Probably about his wife too. It's going to get nasty, and I think Ilia is going to go in there and he's going to absolutely school Pimblett and probably knock him out because that chin is served on a silver platter for Ilia Topuria. And I remember watching the Gaethje versus Pimblett fight and thinking Ilia starches them both within a round. He almost did. Because if he had just backed away when he dropped him with those body shots, I doubt Gaethje would have gotten up. That's a fight that's a lot closer than people think. He really, truly did hurt him. And if he maybe landed a couple more shots, or if he just didn't go for the takedown and try and get the submission, we would be talking about Ilia Topuria like he's the fucking boogeyman. He just walked through Justin's best shots and put him down with some clean body work. But that's not the way it went. You're always going to have those nights as a fighter, as an athlete, as a person where you just don't perform as well. I think if he fought a guy like Charles Oliveira 10 times, he might lose 1 or 2. If he fights a guy like Justin Gaethje 10 times, he loses a couple. He loses a couple of them. It's a game of statistics, and it's a game of inches, and anything can happen in there. Just because he lost to Justin Gaethje does not mean he all of a sudden loses to Paddy Pimblett. Don't change the narrative. Paddy Pimblett, I doubt, has improved. I truly doubt he has improved. He's blowing up between fights, getting absolutely massive, getting absolutely huge, and I really just don't think he's making the improvements in his skills that he needs to. Just because he got a nice submission over Benoit Saint-Denis does not mean he's going to do that against Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria is one of the most well-rounded strikers, one of the most well-rounded wrestlers, one of the most well-rounded MMA fighters in the UFC history. Just before the Gaethje fight, we were talking about this guy like he was going to become the GOAT of MMA. And I think he underestimated Gaethje, and I think Gaethje had an incredibly good night. There's nothing to take away from Justin, but I don't think Ilia magically loses to Paddy after this fight. I think you run him versus Paddy. You run Gaethje versus the winner of Arman Sarukian and Mauricio Huffy, which has just been announced, or just do him versus Charles Oliveira. And then you face the winners off. I think Ilia needs 1 win and he's straight back into a title shot. He's a massive star in Spain. He's a massive star globally in the UFC now, really. I think even the Gaethje loss has made him kind of a fan favorite, because when it comes to the UFC, unlike boxing, fans really like to root for the underdog. They really do. They really like to root for the underdog story, the guys with losses. Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, even Conor McGregor now. Those guys that have losses and come back from adversity. It's what made Ilia unlikable at the time, because he was beaten up on all the guys that had gone through that. Max Holloway, Volkanovski, Charles Oliveira, all the guys that people want to see get the underdog victory. And Ilia Topuria is now in that position himself. I think he's an even bigger star because of it. And Gaethje's obviously a bigger star because of it now. And so I think we're really going to see a big coming home moment for Ilia Topuria against Paddy Pimblett in November, in December. Main event, co-main event, probably a co-main event at this point. There's no belt on the line. And then we're going to see him fight for the title. And Ilia Topuria is going to get it back. Mark my words, we are not gay. We are getting the title back. We will stay out of the clubs, and we will stay away from that sus footballer who's trying to drag us to the haram side of the world. And that being partying. Partying really is the downfall of most UFC fighters. Partying, hedonism, all this shit. We know he's got some money. We know he's a rich kid now. But he needs to be hungry. He needs to stay hungry. He needs to stay locked in. And I think he can make a second run. He's only 28. He's a young man. He's young in the game. Ilia Topuria. Those are my thoughts. Not gay. And if he is, it's not an issue. But I don't think he's gay. And I think he's going to fight Paddy Pimblett. And he's going to get the title back. Those are my Ilia Topuria predictions. Mark my words. Like and subscribe. I'll see you boys in the next one. Thanks for checking out the video. Much more content coming. I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing, I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Much love.